Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Istanbul. Good afternoon, everybody, Gastromasa. Well, it's a pleasure to be back. I was for the first time here in 2017. And, well, the video you just saw right now, it's about the Amazon rainforest. Okay? And I want to start talking about this beautiful ecosystem. We always think about countries when we think about the Amazon. By the way, the Amazon rainforest is the largest tropical rainforest in the world. Okay, and I will get to that later. But talking about the Amazon itself, okay, it does not represent one country. It's not Peru, it's not Colombia, it's not Venezuela, it's not Bolivia, it's not Suriname, it's not Guyana, it's not only Ecuador, it's the whole world. It doesn't belong to South America, it belongs to all of us. And that's something we have to have in mind because we are talking about, this Congress is about sustainability and biodiversity. As we take a lot of care about the ocean, and it's very important. But sometimes we forget about this ecosystem. Okay, this ecosystem has 25% of the biodiversity of the world in this area. Has 10% of the biomass of the whole planet. So the problem right now is deforestation. Right now, the Amazon acts like the lungs of the world and it balances the CO2 and the oxygen, okay? If the deforestation continues and we are not all the people in the planet aware of this, in not such a long time, we'll be having a lot of problems, as well as the greenhouse effect, for example, global warming. And of course, if this happens, the biodiversity and all the species that live in this amazing ecosystem will disappear. So there are many actions that are being taken. What we saw in the video is basically an overview of what the rainforest is as a whole. But I'm going to talk about certain things, and I'm going to talk about one specific area of this beautiful rainforest, which is Tarapoto, in the area of San Martin. Okay, that's in Peru, and it's called the the Bosque Guardian or the Guardian Forest. It has 150,000 hectares, okay, and we have two types of rainforests. We have the low one and the high altitude one. Okay, this is the high altitude. It's part of it's a mountain range, okay, in the Amazon, approximately of an elevation of 700 meters above sea level. And the variety of products that we will see in other videos, it's really amazing. Okay? And what is happening is that the humans, we always think when we like something or some product that we have to cut the trees, okay, and grow things like, for example, rice. That was one of the problems in this area. Growing rice in an ecosystem which is perfect, I always say that perfection doesn't exist. The only perfect thing in the world is nature. As long as we don't intervene or take action in the ecosystems. Sometimes we want to take out the trees and put one monoculture instead of keeping the biodiversity, okay? And that what happens is we start to lose all these beautiful products that we can use in the kitchen, but we have to be very careful in what we do because if we like one of those, we're going to start growing them in a huge way to supply the demand that the world generates. And this generates a problem in this ecosystem. So what they are doing in this area is basically protecting and keeping and showing the natives exactly what they have to do. That is keeping the way it is. Nature is very, very wise. So when you keep the ecosystem in the same way, things will grow And from there, we'll take it and we get the products to the capital city or to many places of the country. But this is a good example because in this place, they do many things. And we're going to see now one of the beautiful projects that they are doing, and I will talk about that later after we see the video of El Bosque de Papel, or the paper forest, which is basically a very nice project in recycling, okay, garbage, basically paper that goes to this area, and it's worked in a way to produce beautiful things that we will see in the next video, please.
Ayahuasca supa cura y mantai Shamuring diring 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 ding 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 Sinchi sinchi medicinai Sinchi sinchi medicoi trainai Sinchi sinchi medici hey Sinchi sinchi spiritui tranai Sinchi sinchi medico hey Chakrunita supa cura y mantai Shamuring diring 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 ding 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 Sinchi sinchi.
Okay. So right here, I have some of you saw the fan. Okay, this is made out of plantain, cellulose, and they use a lot of plantains, which is probably the most sustainable product or fruit in the Amazon. You can find it everywhere. Um, Dead trees that don't produce more fruits. Um, and they make these beautiful papers, by the way, with, for example, when they make juices or they make cold press, with all the skins of the grapes, for example, they make these beautiful papers for envelopes. Uh, and besides that, as you saw, many of the garbage of the papers that are thrown away go to this part of the Amazon in the Bosque Guardian or in the paper forest. And with that, they make art actually. For example, these beautiful piercings right here. These are made of recycled paper, okay? And I think that this is something that it has to be promoted because, of course, it's sustainable. It's a way of doing beautiful things without damaging the ecosystems, and everything is done by the natives of that region. Besides that, the project itself is auto-sustainable. They have a lodge where they actually use all the products that are grown in this area. And right now, they are working in order to be able to get these products and be able to sell them in the markets and use them in the restaurants. But we have to be conscious about not only we talk about restaurants, we talk about the industry, but we also have to talk about houses, about people in their houses and what do they use every day. Because the most amount of food and waste that is uh, consumed in the world right now, or it's generated in the world right now, comes from every house. So people have to be conscious about that. Okay, so we already saw what the Amazon rainforest is. We saw what this project is about, and we're gonna go back in time a little bit. Okay, um, in Peru, when we talk about sustainability, uh, organic products, we just only have to go back and think about ancient human beings or ancient Peruvians in this case. Because if you see the Andes, you see the Amazon rainforest, since many, like thousands of years ago, people were trying to respect, no, they were not trying, they respected the environment. If they saw a mountain or they saw, they wanted to grow something, they didn't destroy in order to make money, or I'm sorry, or to make more production of some crop. They just left it that way and tried to use the nature in order to grow what we needed. Okay. One thing is not, that which is not gonna save humanity is money. Okay. So we have to be very aware of that. In this case, I think that it's very important for us to understand that sometimes looking back and learning from the past, from the past, I'm talking about 1,000, 2,000 years ago, will help us to know what to do in the future, basically, because everything is cyclical, and the most wise things that were done regarding sustainability and biodiversity on the planet was done by the ancient civilizations, and we know all about that. It didn't happen only in South America, it happened in the whole world. So now, with all the technology, with all the tools that we have, we are doing the opposite things. So we have to go back and we have to learn from the past to build a better future. I'm going to finish with this, and I'm going to show you a video to know, to understand what we do now in Maido with all these products that I showed you about the Amazon. Thank you very much.